So we've got two triangles, T1 and T2. T1 is a scalene triangle with two sides the same and an angle in between. T2 is a right angled triangle with base x minus 2 and x plus 1. Now we have formulas for both of these different types of triangles, so we'll use those formulas to write expressions. So our first triangle will be a half, and it'll be x times x, which is x squared. I'm using the half AB sine c formula at the front of the book, so it's a half x squared sine 30. Now sine 30 is a half, but we'll leave it like that just for the moment. And that's equal, because the areas are equal, remember we're told that we can form an equation then, that will be equal to a half, alright, base times height, x minus 2, x plus 1. So that's our expression. So we can cancel the halves off straight away. Now x squared sine 30, well sine 30 is a half, so we're going to have half x squared equals, and then on this side we're going to have x squared minus x. Now that minus x comes from the minus 2x plus the 1x, and then finally you have minus 2 times plus 1, which is minus 2. So we'll take the 2 now across to the other side, so the half rather, so this 2 on the bottom becomes a multiplier, and we'll write out what that gives us next. So that will give me x squared equals 2x squared minus 2x minus 4. We can then cancel the x squareds and form an equation equal to 0, so we've got x squared minus 2x minus 4 equals 0. Now, we're not going to be able to factorise that, and we're going to have to use a technique called completing the square. And if we look, there is a clue in the way that, in fact I've the wrong key there, there is a clue in that the answer is going to be in the form a plus root b. So completing the square, I will turn this into x minus 1 squared. Now when I expand that, that will give me the x squared, it will give me the minus 2x, but it's going to throw out a plus 1. Okay, so the plus 1 is going to come when I do minus 1 squared. So I need to take account of that, so I need to get rid of that. So that will come out as minus 1, and all of that will be equal to 0. So that therefore leads me to x minus 1 squared. Move the minus 1 and the minus 4 across equals 5. We can then square both sides, giving me x minus 1, sorry, square root both sides, should I say, equals square root 5. And then we move the 1 over, and we get the answer x equals 1 plus square root 5. And that answer is now in the form a plus square root b, where a is 1 and b is 5. And that's the answer to the last question on this exam paper.